Well, the same thing with Sam Bankman-Fried, right?
Yeah.
He's maintaining his innocence. The latest quote I just read a few minutes ago was that, he didn't commit fraud and he's willing to get a new job to try to make back the money that is gone. He doesn't know where it went, but he's going to get a new job and he's going to make back everybody whole. So his connection to the truth is he's in denial so deep, he's so far removed that it's beyond just being a guy who's psychologically impaired or disturbed.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have Bitcoin maximalist Max Keiser giving us his take on the crash in Bitcoin. Plus we'll hear details on what happened with the collapse of FTX and where the crypto market is headed next. While many investors are hesitant to purchase cryptocurrency in such a volatile market, he believes that the SEC is going to be taking a very close look at many token and token sales taking place around this time and how unsuspecting investors were the ones left holding the bag when the crypto tokens were dumped. Let's get into the interview with Max Keiser as he gives his prediction on the market collapse and how this will affect Bitcoin in the next few months. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
And just watch the carnage out in the rest of the world. The crypto carnage, the fiat fraud carnage, like everything is just so corrupt everywhere you look, and it's astounding, and every day it gets worse and worse.
There is a great deal of carnage in various markets and spectacularly in the crypto market. And we've been buying Bitcoin since 2011 when it was $1. We've seen the rise of things like the altcoins. And with each wave, it gets even more scandalous and corrupt. And the FTX Sam Bankman-Fried story is the culmination really of 12 years building in this crypto space. And it's taken down not only the crypto world, but it's kind of spilling over into the other markets around the world as well, I would say. And in the crypto space, the people who run the biggest crypto frauds are really nice, and they're always giving to charities. And like Sam Bankman-Fried was always giving money away as virtue signaling. And what did he say? He said, oh, if you just say the proper shibboleths, if you just say the proper social justice warrior verbiage of the day, if you just pay homage to whatever it is that people think is important today, they'll just, accept you, and you'll be able to get past all the regulatory gatekeepers and just do massive frauds. That's why in the crypto scam space, they always borrow terminology from the legitimate markets. That's why it's called an ICO, because it kind of sounds like an IPO, which is a more legitimate. They'll call it DeFi, distributed finance. It sounds like finance. It sounds legitimate. Well, the same thing with Sam Bankman-Fried, right? Yeah. He's maintaining his innocence. The latest quote I just read a few minutes ago was that, he didn't commit fraud and he's willing to get a new job to try to make back the money that is gone. He doesn't know where it went, but he's going to get a new job and he's going to make back everybody whole. So his connection to the truth is he's in denial so deep, he's so far removed that it's beyond just being a guy who's psychologically impaired or disturbed.
All these people lent their Bitcoin to Mashinsky. They lent their Bitcoin to BlockFi. They lent their Bitcoin to these other entities that all blew up. Sam Bankman-Fried, and like an obvious fraud. Like, we see their emails, we see their Slack chats, we see the things they did. We see that they took your customer funds and lent it somewhere else. And I would think like, wow, Stacy Herbert, I have Bitcoin. And I see that and I'm like, well, dude, glad I avoided that guy. And I'll certainly make sure to avoid him.
Well, if everybody was like you.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
I can't say.
That's why it's just like astounding that why people, like, if you're out there, I know we keep so many of these scammers out and block people who are stupid enough, because one of the things when all the mods in the Orange Pill Podcast Telegram group, one of the things I always have said is we should kick out anybody who's actually stupid, like because like literally if you know how well, you've done magic tricks and group magic tricks, and you know how hysteria operates. It's like one person who's really dumb shows up in the room. They can infect everybody else with this stupidity, their stupid ideas.
They bring the IQ of the room down.
I think Sam Bankman-Fried having a token, yes, this makes perfect sense. We have to save this situation. You're like, No, the guy just stole all your money. He stole $10 billion. And
well, a lot of times they're just getting paid, like the Block, right? That's a crypto journalistic outlet, and we find out that they were getting tens of millions of dollars.
But you worked for that guy, Maximilian Landano, who'd make a busload of people faint. And it wasn't because he didn't do it to, like, he didn't genuinely make one person faint and then all the rest did. He paid a guy to go in there and pretend to faint.
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, it's a stooge.
Keiser goes on to say that anytime a collapse happens, investors' timelines get distorted. During periods of extreme volatility, the price of cryptocurrency can skyrocket and crash within just a few months. Keiser has been warning people that fiat currencies would collapse and why Bitcoin is a significantly better store of value.
Now, let's look at the crypto market. We know that the cost of committing crypto fraud, because the central bank kept interest rates near zero for so long, is also near zero. You see? There was no barrier to entry for the fraudsters or the criminals or the Sam Bankman-Frieds. They just invited him in, and that he came in and he committed all kinds of havoc.
So when you see these stories like the Block accepting $27 million from Sam Bankman-Fried, 16 million of it went to the guy, the CEO's house in the Bahamas. So like that mentality, it's that whole space, it attracts these people who the incentive attracts the bad people. You have to be some sort of sociopath to not feel the guilt, because normal people who aren't sociopaths or psychopaths would feel guilty about taking 16 million of 27 million investment and buying a house and going living like a lord in the Bahamas.
Yeah, but the way we started this out, you were saying that across the board, systemically, in every part of the economy, in every part of society, there's breakdown. So clearly there's no institutional representation for a moral or ethical behavior that anyone's paying any attention to. The media is corrupt, and all of the institutions that run the government are corrupt. The financial markets are corrupt, and everything falls into those three categories. All of the the theological institutions have long since been overwritten. So you're left with this dystopian nightmare, which we're now living through. So the answer to the question is, what is this all systemic crash all about? I would say it's the dystopian nightmare that's now unfolding and before people's eyes. And that's what the phase that we're in.
Keiser emphasizes the value of ideal collateral provided by Bitcoin. Mortgage rates having doubled in recent months is one of the biggest signs that a massive collapse is imminent. A similar situation occurred in 2008 when the housing market crashed due to large banks having too much leverage from bad loans. Now we're seeing that not only do we have another bubble in the housing market, but there are many bubbles growing simultaneously. Cryptocurrency has never been more volatile, and with the recent economic downturn, many are starting to doubt even the most trusted crypto assets. What do you guys think of Max Keiser's latest interview on Bitcoin, as well as the FTX collapse, and what's next for Sam Bankman-Fried? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.